Well, welcome back, folks, and we are honoured today with the director of photography and whatever else she thinks she's going to do.
Considering I'm trying to clean the kitchen.
Yeah, well, there you go. Right, tomatoes.
Yeah.
How many do we sow? This year, I've made a decision. I'm not going to grow as many varieties, but saying that, one never knows.
And they're all the varieties. Let me just pan back so you can see how many he's got in front of me. And that's without these here.
These here
are there.
No-goes.
And he's got some silver ones in the corner.
Yeah, these are doubtfuls.
Right, okay. All right.
But a definite is those. Harry's Italian plum. They are a lovely tomato. And also my dad's name was Harry. Strange little story about these for how they got their name. I was reading on Victoriana's website about them, and a chapette went on holiday to Italy, and when he came back, he just gave a load of seeds to Victoriana nurseries. They haven't got a clue where they've come from, what the real name was or anything. But the chap who gave them to the nursery was called Harry. So they called them Harry's Italian plum. But the real name they don't know. So they're definite. These are more than likely Big Zac. And then obviously Crimson Crush will be outside. I'm going to grow another.
Is that Crimson Crush?
This is a Crimson Crush, yeah.
Because it's
tomato Crimson Crush. There you go.
Yeah.
Right, so these will, I want 4 of them, so I'll probably sow 6, 8.
For what, Robert?
These will be outside.
For what, though?
For seeds.
Okay.
Not for you, but for seeds. And I'm going to try another outdoor one, which I've not grown for years. I call them Mamandi, but they're a bush type tomato, so you don't have to take the side that shoots out.
Pomodoro.
But they are very...
Like the grand ones, look like a beef tomato, don't they?
They are a big beef tomato.
I mean, that one looks like
they're
a
the
beef
same
tomato.
as well.
Yeah, that's Mamandi as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll be growing those, and the others I will just sit and think about.
I mean, that one looks nice one, that Roma.
Oh, that's a Roma. They're nice tomatoes. I'll probably grow those.
Smallish ones, tight.
Trouble is that you have that many to choose from, you don't know. I remember years ago when Dad was growing his tomatoes, he had one variety, money maker, and that was it. So right, I'm going to leave it at that for now, and then when I get back to you, we'll be in the attic sowing them. Right, catch you later. Cheers. Right then, folks, we're back. So, on the last little bit was showing you how I was sorting out the tomato seeds. Well, I've whittled it down to not too many. The ones which are definite, which I'll do now, is this one. Harry's Italian plum from Victoriana nurseries. They're a beautiful tomato, grow nice and big, and they are good for sauce. I'm going to try this one as a trial. Clive's giant vegetables, giant giant tomato, and one of our favourites, which is an outdoor tomato, Crimson Crush, which is also blight resistant. Some people are not too keen on Crimson Crush. I'm not over bothered myself, but I grow them, so if June wants a tomato, she can just go outside and pick one or two. So, but they're handy. Right, I'll sow these. I'll show you how to do one or two and then put you on hold for now. Right, see you in a minute. No, I will put you. Right then, folks, so that's the first seed tray put away, covered up and labelled. So now I have to make a decision on what others to sow. Again, this is what I've got out, but these were Premier Seeds Gigantamo, which normally grow quite large. Another Premier Seeds, which you can't see the name on, is Roma, which is another plum tomato, which is very prolific as well. Another Premier Seeds one here, which I've never grown before in my life. Giant Tree. So, I don't know, I'm sure. There's those. And then what else have I got here? One, I've had a couple of years now, so I've had it more than a couple of years, 2018. So we'll try it. Tomato beef art. Gotta be worth a try. These were grew last year and they was big boy. These are quite a few of people's favourite, this one. San Marzano, they're quite large, and again, if I remember rightly, a plum tomato. What's this one? Super Steak, which has been opened, so obviously I've grown them before. And then one which supposedly does grow big. I've never had them grow very big, considering the likes of Gigantamo and Peter Glazebrook Seeds, is Big Zack. So we'll try those. And then I've got another outside tomato, Mamandi. Now, the last time I grew these, maybe 40 years ago, and I grew them in a greenhouse, which they are really an outside tomato. Me and June, I was doing another job at the time, me and June went on holiday, and the brother-in-law and his girlfriend at the time said they would look after the tomatoes. Now, when we came back, it was like we'd been taken over by triffids. They'd grown that big and prolific that they'd push the glass out of the greenhouse. Tomatoes was out the windows, and I must have picked 50 pounds of tomatoes. And I never grew them after that for some reason. But there you go. Right. Leave it at that, and I'll get back to you once I've sown them, because you don't need to see me sowing them. Right, catch you in a bit, folks. Right, so that's my tomatoes sowed. Now, saying I wasn't going to do many varieties, well, I've done 12 different varieties. But they won't all go in. 2 are outside, so I've got 10 for the greenhouses. Just see what happens. Now, some people have been asking me a couple of questions. Do I use a seed starter mix? The answer is yes and no. Depends what I've got and where I am. Like at the moment, this what I'm using is multi-compost. I don't always sieve it. Depends how many seeds. If I'm multi-sowing and I'm going to prick out, I probably will. But if I'm sowing singly in cells, normally no. But I will add, I always forget the name on it now, not perlite. What's it called? Vermiculite. I'll try to remember to add vermiculite to it to help give it some more structure and allow the moisture to retain and do. But to me, it's the potting on which means more, because that's when you need your nutrients. That's why when I did my last potting mix, I put in, if you remember when I did it, I put in some slow release food. So that's my answer to that. And then other people have asked me, have I got a favourite seed supplier? The answer is no, I've not. Some seeds you have to get from certain suppliers, other seeds you get from wherever, whether they're in stock or whether you think they're the ones. To me, the cheapest is the ones that give you 90 to 95% germination. You can pay £100 and only get 1% germination, and they become very expensive. Or you can pay £100 and get 95% germination, and the seeds are as cheap as chips then. So I just use anybody who's got what I want. And also another thing is tomatoes. Don't forget, there is no such thing as a legate tomato plant before you plant it in. If it's so, I cut the bottom leaves off, and I've even known to sort of plant them about 2 foot deep. Got all the hairs on the side of the tomato plant, on the main stem, will turn into roots. So as I say, no such thing as leggy tomato plants. Right, so that's that. Now if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see how my tomatoes get on, just click on the subscribe and the notification button, and you'll keep update with my tomatoes and my chilies and my petunias and everything else I'm growing. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and don't forget, let me know what tomatoes you're sowing and if you've sown any what I've sowed. And if you don't like it and you give it a thumbs down, give me a comment and telling me why you've given it a thumbs down. No point just getting it a thumbs down and I don't know why. So anyway folks, I will catch you on the next one. Take care, be good and keep safe. Cheers, bye.